Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Today, we're discussing The Groomsmen Last Dance, the third and final movie in the Groomsmen trilogy. You can catch our reviews of the previous two movies that have dropped recently. We would love for you to hang out with us outside of the podcast. Follow us on Instagram.
Hey, if you want to talk with other like-minded, cool people who like Hallmark movies, join our Girls Gone Hallmark Facebook group. Hey, remember a few weeks ago we made a joke about looking for somebody to be the admin for our Facebook group?
I do.
Well, thanks to Mackie and Brenda, we have two, and I just want to give them a shout out and say thank you for all you're doing over there. They're keeping everything in tip-top shape.
Yeah, and we even got more volunteers than those two. We had already we were like, oh my gosh, we have two. This is amazing. So thank you to every single person who volunteered. We appreciate you.
We do.
Let's jump right into a synopsis for The Groomsmen Last Dance.
Jackson moves to Italy to be near his daughter, but a chance meeting with a café owner, Gabriella, and some meddling friends may lead to a second chance at love.
Ron Oliver returns as director. He also wrote the script for the third and final movie. He directed all three movies in the trilogy. If you want to watch a really good Ron Oliver movie, the tone of my voice suggests that I don't think this is a really good Ron Oliver movie. I want to make that clear that that's not what I'm doing here. Check out Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Tyler Hynes is back in the lead role as Jackson for this one. And while we're halfway through the 2024 Hynes season, that's what I'm calling it, there's still more to come. Look forward to Hynes in Three Wiser Men and a Boy and Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story coming soon.
Jonathan Bennett makes a return as Danny. If you haven't caught the first two episodes of Finding Mr. Christmas on Hallmark Plus yet, they are definitely worth the watch. It's a reality competition that's giving us all the holiday vibes we need right now.
BJ Britt returns as Dr. P, and for anyone craving more of BJ's holiday charm, you can check him out in last year's holiday movie on OWN called A Christmas Serenade. He's also known for roles in Unreal, Being Mary Jane, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Chloe Raphael plays Betty, Jackson's daughter. As previously mentioned, Chloe has done a ton of voice work with the children's animated series Thomas and Friends.
And now we know Lily Dodsworth Evans plays Elizabeth. That's Betty all grown up. She has 17 acting credits with projects like Dracula, The Good Liar, and The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Elena Rusconi plays Jackson's love interest, Gabriella. She's an Italian actress with 6 previous acting credits, including the American TV series The Catch from 2016. Her next project is called Rise of the Raven.
Oliver Shaw plays young Milo. He has just 2 other projects outside of the Groomsmen trilogy, but can currently be seen in the series Disclaimer on Apple TV.
Cosimo Fusco plays Lorenzo. Cosimo has 59 acting credits, but most notably, he played Paolo from Friends. Thank you to Girls Gone Hallmark Facebook group members for pointing out that tidbit to us. We're going to take a quick break and come right back.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
It is time for first impressions. What is your first impression of the Groomsmen Last Dance?
I'm kind of into a Silver Fox Tyler Hines.
Oh yeah, a little flash forward moment.
I liked it. I mean, it wasn't full Silver Fox, and I think if it did go there, it would look almost like a costume. I like the little wisps, little brush of silver they put at his temples.
Yeah, he and Danny both got the aging treatment, and BJ's all, I still look good.
Yep.
My first impression is I spent this entire movie being so distracted by Elena Ruscone's perfect face.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Truly. Striking.
Totally striking, beautiful. I read in an IMDb review that people didn't like her because she came off too hard in her portrayal of Gabriella. I was like, whatever.
Gross. Whatever, man. Let's talk what we liked about the movie.
Well, I want to ask you, of the three, how did you enjoy this installment?
This movie had a very different tone for me. It was like a calmer, wiser, almost more serious in tone than the other movies. Mm-hmm. There are still some, like, they infuse the comedy, but I think it speaks to the fact that if you look at the way Tyler Hines does comedy as opposed to the way Jonathan Bennett does comedy, Tyler is more like in small expressions. His comedy is in like throwaway lines, where Jonathan Bennett does like a real good physical comedy. He's so expressive. The man spent months on Broadway. So I liked this movie as the culmination to our three stories. If I'm going to have to pick a favorite, it's going to be Second Chances.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is so interesting. I think it was the best of the three.
Oh.
But I do think you're right. The tone was a little different than the other two. And I also think it stands out. It honestly could have been a solo movie.
I totally agree.
I think it has something to do with like the forward progression. It doesn't, this movie, I mean, although it starts out with some overlapping scenes, again, we have like progression in time, like almost a year's worth at least, right? So that's why I like, I could see this as a standalone movie. But of course, we have the Betty of it all. Like that is the tie that brings them all, the three together. So I'm not suggesting it should have been a solo movie. I just talking about it. That's all.
No, I hear you. And not only did we get like the solid year progression, because obviously Betty has picked up, moved to Italy. She's settled there. But we also get a 15, 20-year flash forward because we are dealing with adult Betty at this point. I do like that they brought so many elements of this story full circle, that we get the reveal, which I will have some issues with, but the Betty Elizabeth runaway bride reveal. We get the storyline behind all of that.
I really enjoyed this like exploration of father and daughter connection. And you and I had talked like off mic about, well, this is like kind of weird. Why is Betty going away with the mom to Italy? Like, why doesn't Jackson have any say in any of this, right? And learning that the mom worked in like military, I had asked you, I was like, does that change anything for you? It wasn't just like she was like, I'm picking up and moving to Italy with my daughter, and oh well for you, Dad. Does it change for you or no?
I mean, I understand her motivation for needing to leave. I'm not trying to paint the mom with like a selfish brush here. Obviously, I didn't have the information. We talked about this in last episode, and I was like, how come she just gets to decide? I understand why the mom needs to leave. I think for the sake of time, we can't get too into the weeds in the movie, right, of the custody battle of it all. And perhaps, obviously, Jackson has a great relationship with Betty's mom. Like, they're friends. They seem to have a lot of love and respect for each other. And so maybe it's just that he was like, I'm not going to be the one to take her away from her mother, so I'll have to be the one who suffers. But I still think if you were going to dig into it, it'd be like, well, how come this super involved dad just has to lie down and take the fact that his daughter is moving away?
Yeah, no, I can see that. Also, though, and of course, I've made this whole narrative up in my head. Jackson has the means to travel and see her whenever he would like. And I can also see Jackson's character also being like, you know, a girl needs her mom or whatever. So, of course, we're not going to, like, we don't know the ins and outs of it, but whatever. It's an interesting way they did it, I thought.
Towards the end of the movie, we learn that Jackson blames himself for the demise of his marriage because he was a workaholic. Like, he was so focused on like making the next dollar. And so perhaps, you know, we know that he's still carrying that with him because he's like, I am not going to be good at a relationship. Perhaps he blames himself enough that he's like, I don't get to make these decisions about Betty's life because I already ruined it once in his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Interesting. But back to my original point, I like the story they're telling between like fathers and daughters because we see it between like Betty and Jackson, but we also see it with Gabriella and her dad too. You know, that it's important that daughters have stable men in their life to kind of role model what love is and self-esteem. And yeah, anyway, I just thought it was a nice narrative, one we don't typically see on Hallmark. And I don't think like looking at this movie, like people are going to really come away from it with like, oh, that whole point of the movie. Maybe it's because I have my own teenage daughter that I'm like, and have my own like father-daughter things. You know?
Yeah.
Like, what have we been saying for weeks? And we want to see ourselves in these movies. So that's what I'm taking away from it.
I mean, I think it's definitely layered. I think they did a nice job of not making the father-daughter story secondary. Betty's storyline is strong throughout all three movies, even when Jackson's storyline isn't the one who is featured. They did a really nice job of making it clear that she's in their lives, that like it's Uncle Pete and Uncle Danny, and these men have a lot of affection for their friend's daughter, and they take their role in her life seriously. Because it all comes together in this movie, right? We would be less invested in her future marriage if we didn't have all of this other backstory. So I think they do a good job of building all of these layers in the movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Here's something else I really liked. I really enjoyed seeing Tyler Hynes in this it's not even truly against type. It's just that he's like this single, sexy, involved dad rather than the single, sexy Lothario. I don't know. Not that he plays that role. You know what I mean, though. He's not the single, sexy guy looking for romance. It's like it adds another layer to his character being this like dad, which I really find appealing.
Yeah, I think I like the differences we got in our three guys and the way that they're approaching romance, and their roadblocks were all so different. And I don't think that's necessarily super easy to do. They made them different without making them caricatures of relationships. I think it made sense for Tyler's movie to anchor this series, but I think they did a really nice job of building the momentum and building these movies on each other. I believe Jonathan Bennett recently said how long they were on location. I kind of feel like it was like 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it was a long time because remember it was all happening during summertime and we were like,
what are they
stalking them.
doing?
Yeah, what are they doing? What's happening? Like they were sending out all these like cryptic things that we were doing there in Greece.
I'm just imagining a murder board style directorial setup where you're trying to figure out all of the different stories that you need to tell in the individual movies and all of the ways you need to support them and make them make sense and not leave pieces hanging. And this was a huge project, and I genuinely think this was a big hit.
I wonder when they're going to move this over to linear cable.
Yeah.
So the other people can watch it. So non-Hallmark Plus subscribers can watch it.
Yeah, my feeling is that it's going to be a minute before they do that. I mean, they really want to use this as a huge draw to the Hallmark Plus. And Hallmark Plus has this, you earn points like with Hallmark.com, like for buying stuff. I think you can only use it in store. I don't really know. I haven't actually even set up my account that way. But if you watch all 3 of these movies, you do get a $5 credit to a Hallmark store.
How does that work? Do you know? Like,
I have absolutely no idea. Well, or it just knows because you link your Hallmark Plus account with your other account. But what's
scary,
right? But you do earn points. They are really trying to build out the experience on the app.
In a totally non-sponsored plug here, I recently went into my local Hallmark store, and I gotta tell you, their ornaments were popping. They were so good this year.
Me too. We were in there yesterday because we went to the mall, and they had some.
Did you see the Lacey Chabert?
I did.
Okay, go ahead. What'd you see?
We were just mostly looking at the ornaments, although they did have like a Hallmark Channel knockoff Stanley tumbler, and it was like, my to-do list, watch Christmas movies, watch Christmas movies, watch Christmas movies. And I was like, that's real cute. We need that.
You're like, am I going to need this for the cruise? And they have some really nice plush blankets that say like my Hallmark watching blanket or whatever. Their stuff is nice.
It is nice.
And hey, if you're a Gilmore Girls fan, they have some really cute Gilmore Girls themed ornaments this year too.
I love their ornaments so much. And it's like, we're real weird about the kind of ornaments that are allowed to go on our tree.
Put those kind of ornaments on your tree.
No, we have multiple trees, so those go on our bedroom tree, all those like themed ornaments. But they had some really cute. Every year they just come out. There's some funny Christmas vacation ornaments. They're really fun.
My husband and I went to the Hallmark store. It feels like it was months ago, but ever since then, like these boxes keep showing up on our front porch addressed to him, and they have like the purple Hallmark like packaging on it. And I was like, hey, thanks for keeping me in business because, I feel like I'm somewhat associated. Our podcast is somewhat associated with the Hallmark store.
That is so funny. What is he ordering?
I have no idea. I don't know. He hasn't showed me. I don't know if they're for me or.
Oh.
I mean, I have no idea.
Oh, that's very exciting. Report back.
I will.
In another, I just got to say, the location was stunning. It was absolutely gorgeous. I know they weren't in Italy while filming this, but
where was
beautiful.
That? Bulgaria?
Yeah, because they only filmed in Greece and Bulgaria, so this must have been, Bulgaria stands in as faux France and apparently faux Italy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to tell you, there were a lot of things I liked how this movie was executed, and we did talk a little bit about it already, but the overlapping scenes at the beginning, I really like. I like how we revisit that and we're like, okay, now we're starting something else. I think that's cool. I loved the whole throwback to the video game in this movie where Milo explains he was MLB and it wasn't Danny. I thought that was very clever.
I was like, I need to go watch that scene again where she's like, oh, MLB, Danny.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember what Jonathan Bennett's face was like in that
Yes,
scene. Was
exactly.
he confused?
Those are my initials, by the way, before I was married, MLB. Anyway.
Oh, that's interesting. That tracks. Baseball. Ho. Just kidding. And the use, this is what I really liked, the use of Elizabeth/Betty to tell the entire story and how those relationships in her life shaped her own perspective on love, I thought was really smart. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was a really interesting take to take these movies take these stories, which are cinematic, and not every romance is like that, right? Like if I look at mine, there's no like big conflict and major resolution before I got married. And I thought it was really interesting for a company that makes movies about love and about sweeping love stories to tell these 3 really beautiful stories and then to put one of their main characters in a position to be like, wait, does that make my personal love story less powerful? I just thought it was really interesting, and have her come to the realization like our story is just as special. Every story matters.
It totally, every story does matter. And while you were talking about that, I was thinking about all the entertainment we have consumed over our lifetime, right? Watching like soap operas or watching reality TV or watching teen drama. Sometimes you become so invested and you think like that mirrors what real life should look like. And it doesn't always, but that doesn't make your own experience less than. You know, so you're right. It's super interesting that a company that gives us all these big stories was like, no, it's okay. Your story is as equally as important. I have a few more likes.
Okay.
I enjoyed Gabriella as Tyler's love interest. I like that she was a strong woman and like firm in her beliefs on things. I'm not sure if I cared a lot about like her storyline getting like the parents' restaurants to like be bigger and better. Like, but I can see like they needed it to show some sort of like parallelism between like her relationship with her dad. But I liked Gabriella a lot. And I also liked her mom, who I thought had several funny moments. There was an up and down look she did with Jackson, like when she meets Gabriella's American friend for the first time. That was really funny. And she had this really funny line I thought was really great about, this is before I realized that the mom and dad were divorced, but she's like, I don't talk to your dad and he doesn't talk to me and everybody lives happily ever after.
Yes, it's totally in my notes
funny.
too. We have an agreement. We don't talk. I loved that. I laughed out loud.
And let's talk about the dance scene at the festival.
Oh my gosh, so steamy.
I thought so too. I wrote spicy and sensual, and it was just, and not just a dance, but it was a dance. There was nothing like
inappropriate
about it, but I thought it was really nice. And I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but on our Instagram Reels, I posted what that scene reminded me of, and it's a movie called Swingers. It's from the late 90s. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, but I think you posted in stories. But yes, I have seen that movie.
Yes, that's where it was. It was on Instagram somewhere. Swingers is one of my like all-time favorite movies. And when I saw this scene in The Groomsmen yesterday, it instantly reminded me of that. Danny and Pete are like on the side, like, there's our boy. You know, they were like so excited for him. I loved it. I just loved it so much. And at the end, they're like, double dip Pete. It was really funny.
It reminded me of our conversation with Jeff Beasley, where we talked about how like we love infusing comedy into these moments that, you know, he sometimes directs like real straightforward, like A Day Spring or like Miracle in Bethlehem, that are, you know, more serious in tone, but like finds the humor. And I think it was such a nice balance in this moment. Like it made it more watchable. They weren't trying to make it this like deeply HBO moment when you've got Danny and Pete on the side. Like, I didn't know his hips could move like that. It was a great balance in that moment.
I agree. Did you like anything else?
I'm tapped out.
Me too.
I have but one wish.
Oh, tell me. I have two. Go ahead.
Well, look, absolutely no shade to Lily Dodsworth Evans, who is as cute as can be, but I'm having a hard time buying her as adult Betty.
Same. It's my same wish.
As soon as you said like their eyes are different, I was like, oh my gosh, their eyes are different, which
they're both blue. I thought young Betty's were brown at first, but
they are blue?
They are blue, but they're dark blue. Lily Dodsworth Evans has striking light blue eyes. Completely different. Her eye shape, everything completely different.
Yeah, I know people change, their hair can change. She could be straightening that curly hair. I get it. And who knows which actress came first? And there's a lot of factors that are going into the production here. I just struggled with it a little bit.
I understand. I did too. I think it was a little bit of a miscast in terms of consistency, but
both actors were great in their roles.
I have one more, and this is because I'm hashtag no fun. I don't need to see the wedding dance again.
Mm-hmm.
The whole, everybody's doing it at one time, like a 90s rom-com.
They're going to do it on the cruise, right?
Well, on my notes, I put, but please, everybody know I will participate if it's offered on the cruise. We'll see in the back trying it too.
I was watching. Honestly, I'm laughing so hard because I had a similar thought. I have not one rhythmic bone in my entire body, but I was like, maybe I could do this if they teach it. It's like a line dance, basically.
It's like, yes. And we're going to do it, and I'm going to film it. So you guys need to watch.
We'll need to have one of those themed cocktails ahead of time.
Yeah.
They should do it after the Wednesday bar crawl. Okay.
Exactly. Maybe the Wednesday bar crawl will just turn into like,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Are you ready for Did You See That?
I am.
I also only have one.
Oh, I have a couple.
In Betty's wedding scene, they're flashing on, the different characters. And at one point they flash on Zach, played by Alexander Lincoln, and seated next to him as a young boy.
Yes.
And I thought, did Danny and Zach have a baby? But then I don't know the time frame here. But then in the actual wedding, there is no child seated. I was like, maybe he went and sat with someone else. I don't know. But I wondered if they were hinting at perhaps Danny and Zach had a baby.
Yeah, that's interesting. I noticed that there was a child sitting next to the actress who played Betty's mom, too.
Yeah, me too. I was like, who's that baby? Not baby, but she was a young child.
Yeah. Well, my Did You See That? They're kind of all over the place, but since we're talking about Betty's wedding, there was no dance floor. They were just dancing on the hotel carpet in that ballroom. I don't like that. Feels gross.
Interesting. Gross.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like a million people have been there before.
They're not licking it.
I know. Hey, wedding dancing gets kind of crazy. You should have saw mine. Like my father-in-law and his fraternity brothers were on the floor doing like the worm and stuff. Things get out of control.
Okay.
Things get out of control. Milo's groomsmen. Why is it Danny and Pete? Why are they sitting up at the head table? Milo has no friends?
I think that's the most neglected piece in all of these movies is the wedding parties, other than obviously the groomsmen there for each other. Like Chelsea, her best friend, who she was in her wedding, isn't in her wedding. And then Betty's friends, she's just got these two. In my mind, they're like Anastasia and Drizella, like the wicked stepsisters. Like they don't, yes. And I'm not saying they're unattractive. They just look miserable the entire time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what's happening? Like,
yeah. Okay, 2 more wishes. I swear actress Lily Dosworth Evans has an accent. I can swear it.
I agree with you.
And I tried to look everywhere. I've never seen any of her other projects, so I don't know how she speaks, but somebody please tell me. Is she like a British actor?
I know. I Googled, is Lily Dosworth Evans British? I went to her Instagram. She did have Instagram stories posted, but she wasn't speaking in any of them. I tried to find it too.
And finally, this comes from our Facebook group, but I don't know if you noticed, I did see somebody in heels walking on a cobblestone street and their ankle turned just a little.
Oh, no.
In our Facebook group, somebody was like, why do they always have women walking in like heels or wedges or whatever on cobblestone streets? Team tennis shoes. So, yes, I totally saw that.
Team tennis shoes. I agree. It stresses me out. It makes my feet hurt in solidarity.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a klutz. So
me too. I'll break an ankle in 10 minutes.
And I have. So
yes. In tennis shoes.
In tennis shoes, no less. Yep. All right. What did you rate The Groomsmen Last Dance?
I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 4.5 stars.
Cool.
I enjoyed.
Thank you for listening to our review of the Groomsmen trilogy. If you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and your reviews. You can leave them in the podcast app you're currently listening in. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today. Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today. Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.